Okay. 1 second.
Is it going live or no?
Save highlights, mute microphone, share. No, that's the children. I guess that's just the way it's going to be. This is live already? Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Let's see. Right, but afterwards it's going to be saved. So we have to sorry. No harm. It's okay. Okay, children, make sure you're being quiet. Okay, this is Parshat. It's Parshat Matot Maseh. You remember 2 Parshiyot ago in Parshat Balak, the Jewish people had gotten really badly attacked by a man named Bilam. And this Bilam tried to curse the Jews and he couldn't. Hashem turned all his curses into blessings every time he opened his mouth. When he opened his mouth, instead of bad things, good blessings came out of his mouth. Ultimately, the blessing of Mashiach is going to come. And in this week's parasha, children, it talks about taking revenge on Bilam, because you see, although he couldn't curse the Jews, at some point he got the Jewish people to marry the non-Jewish princesses. You remember the story of Zimri and Cosby? Remember, children? Zimri and Cosby got married, and it was not a good marriage at all, because she was a Moabite princess and Cosby was the prince of the tribe of Shimon, and she had gotten, all the non-Jewish girls had gotten the Jewish men to start serving idols. And many Jews died in the plague, and thousands and thousands of them. And now Hashem was telling Moshe Rabbeinu in this week's parasha, take revenge against Bilam. It is a double parasha this week, Matot and Maseh. And Moshe Rabbeinu had to take revenge on Bilam, and they actually killed him by the sword. There was a big war. Matot and Maseh talks about a big war, and they killed Bilam, and they took revenge. And the biggest thing was that they had gotten the Jewish people to be immoral, meaning to get involved with girls who were not their wives and were not Jewish girls to get married to, and through that to get them to serve idols. So I thought today, since it is a double parsha, there's a lot going on, I wanted to pick a story of someone who had Mesirut Nefesh not to serve idols. And in fact, yesterday was the yahrzeit of his son. And as I tell the story, you will hear what it was. So many years ago, in France, there lived a man by the name of Yitzchak. And Yitzchak was, Baruch Hashem, thank God, I work really hard. My job is to buy and to sell jewelry. I look all over, I try to find the best diamonds to buy and sell. I try to find the best diamonds to buy and to sell. And sometimes I even get lucky and get the best and the most beautiful jewels. And Yitzchak was rather well-to-do. He was quite wealthy, and his fame went far and wide. Everyone knew that Yitzchak was very, very honest. However, he and his wife never had any children. I don't know her name, but we'll call her Pnina. So Yitzchak, do you mind shutting the door? Yitzchak and Pnina had no children. And Yitzchak would always try very hard to give money to tzedakah. I want to try and help people to learn Torah. And poor people who need money, I'm going to give them. One day, so Yitzchak was walking by the seashore, and he happened to look down. And as he looked down, it was incredible. There in the sand, washed up from sea, probably from some sea wreck, was the most beautiful, unusual diamond. And the reason it was so unusual was because it was multicolored. It looked like rainbow, and when you held it up against the sea, because he was by the seashore, it sparkled and it made the whole sea light up and get like rainbow shimmers all over it. And it was so, so beautiful. And he was so happy. He said, Be'ezrat Hashem, if I manage to sell this one diamond, please God, I'll be able to sit and learn Torah for the rest of my life. I won't have to work even for another day in my life. So he started to make announcements and he started to tell people, guys, I have diamonds, I have the most beautiful diamonds. And from far and near, different kings started to hear about it, rich people. And they said, we heard that Yitzchak has the most magnificent diamond. I'd like to buy it. And when Yitzchak would try to sell it to them, he'd say, it's too expensive. Even for the kings, it was too much money. It was so much money, this one diamond. But he wanted to sell it and then be able to sit and learn Torah for the rest of his life. In a faraway country, not in France, there lived a king. And this king was a big idol worshiper. All day long, he worshipped his idols. He loved his idols and all kind of idols, and he didn't believe in Hashem. And he was always, I'm going to make my idols the most beautiful, the most incredible, the most gorgeous. And he set about building the most magnificent, beautiful idol. And not that idols are beautiful. And he went around and he tried to find all kinds of jewels. And he found sapphires for the eyebrows and little diamonds for the forehead and his mouth and the chin and everything. And he tried to make his idol very beautiful. For the eye, he found a big sapphire. But one eye was missing and he hadn't had a diamond for it.
Oh, I know the story. Me too.
I know. So,
Guys, if you know the story, put your finger on your nose.
and he thought, I want the most gorgeous diamonds to fill up the hollow part of the other eye. And he started to ask around, who knows? Who's got the most beautiful diamond? Who sells the most gorgeous diamond? And all his advisors and all his soldiers told him, hey, king, we heard that there's a Jew in the city of France, south of France, by the seashore, that he's got the most beautiful rainbow-colored diamond. The other kings tried to buy it, but it was so much money that they couldn't even buy it. And he says, I don't care how much money. I want the best for my idol. Go, send messengers, go buy it. And he sends his messengers, he sends a whole fleet, a whole ship travels out to go and to try and get this one diamond. And they travel by ship, and he sends his very important messengers, and they come to Reb Shlomo, and Yitzchak, I'm sorry. Did I say Shlomo before? His name was Yitzchak. I always mix it. Yitzchak. And they come to this Yitzchak, and they say, Yitzchak the Jew, we heard that you have the most beautiful diamond. Our king would like to buy it. And he says, well, it's a lot of money. If you're willing to buy it for that lots and lots of money that I want to sell it for, then I'm willing to sell it for you. I said, well, let's look at it. And he picks it up, he takes it out, and he shows it to them, and they say, whoa, this is massive, and it's so, so beautiful. And they say, yep, how much do you want for it? And he had asked for a huge amount, I don't know how many millions or whatever.
Like 10, 100 million, thousand dollars,
sure,
50 billion?
Sure. For our king's idol, anything. Here's money, lots and lots of gold. And we're so happy to buy it. And the Yitzchak said, what do you mean for the idol? What idol? What are you talking about? And they said, well, don't you know our king has the most magnificent idol. And he's filled it with jewels. But one eye is missing a jewel. And we're looking to buy the best jewel in the whole world for the diamond in the eye. So we want to buy this one for the idol. And he says, oy vey, I can't be part of idol worship. The Torah tells us you're not allowed to do anything to do with idols. And he says, oh no, what should I do? So he says, you know what? I'm so sorry, but I can't sell you the diamond. I'm so sorry, I can't sell it. He said, what? Why not? Our king wants it. And we said, we'll pay the money you want. You want more money? We'll pay you more money. And he says, no, I think I want to keep the diamond for myself. And the guards go out and they go, guards, all the guards come. And they say, ha, what do you mean you're not selling our king your diamond? We have swords and we're going to hurt you and hurt your wife if you don't give us the diamond. We want to buy it. And Rabbi Yitzchak realized he has no choice. If he doesn't give the diamond, they're going to try to end his life. And he thinks, okay. He says, okay, no worries. He says, I'll come, I'll give you the diamond, I'll sell the diamond, but it's too precious for me to give it to you. I need to deliver it to the king myself. I want to come on the ship with you and give it to the king. And they said, okay, no worries. You can do that. That's fine. You can come and deliver the diamond. So he says, sure, I'm going to get my suitcase. And he goes, he gets his suitcase, and he packs it up, and he puts the diamond into his case, and he gets on the ship. When he gets on the ship, starts to travel by sea on the ship as he travels on the ship by the sea. He starts to talk to all the people who were there, all the workers, like the baker and the captain, and he goes, you don't know my diamond. It's so beautiful. If you just hold it up over the sea, the whole sea shines and shimmers just like a rainbow. Oh, I wish I could see it. Oh, did you hear, guys? He has a diamond that makes the whole sea light up like it's a rainbow. And he says, yeah, it's amazing, but no, I wouldn't dare take it out. It's in my suitcase. I'm going to take it straight to the king. And it's going to go straight to the king, and no one's going to touch it to see it. Now everyone said, I wish I could see. And the captain children was there. The head of the fleets, the head of sea. And he says, oh, come on. I'm the captain of the ship. I'm the one driving this ship. Oh, please let me see. I'll be very, very careful. I promise. I'll be so careful. I won't let it anyone else touch it. Just let me see it shining and making the whole sea shine.
Why did he say that?
So he said, oh, all right, maybe. But we have to be very, very careful. And I need to hand it and give it to you in your hand. And the captain said, okay. He said, first, he says, we have to lean out over the sea where all the waves are. So we have to lean out and we have to hold it up, shining right over the sun has to hit it just right. The bright sun up in the sky, it's gonna glimmer and shine on the diamond, and then you'll see it'll make such a most beautiful reflection on the sea. And the captain was so excited. He says, oh, I've sailed the seas for so many years. I've never seen it glimmer like a rainbow. Oh, I'm so excited. And Rabbi Yitzchak brings out his suitcase. He pulls out his suitcase and he pulls out the diamond. He says, okay, I'm going to hand it over to you, but let's lean over the water. Let's lean over the water carefully, and I'll show you how the diamond makes a beautiful rainbow in the water. And as he hands the diamond over from his hands into the captain's hands, children, he pretends as if it slips out of his hands, but it actually, he does it on purpose. And the diamond slips out and goes whoosh, splash, and splashes out into the sea and gets buried deep down in the sea.
But the sea would still be rainbow.
Yeah, for a second.
He did it on purpose so that he does
Yeah, he did it on purpose. And suddenly he starts to scream, oh no, my diamond! Oh, I can't believe I lost my diamond! Oh no, help, my diamond! Oh, get it back! Oh! pretends to faint, and they bring water, and they say, oh no, the diamond fell in the sea. He said, I'm going to jump into the water. I'm going to jump and get it back. And he said, no. The sharks in the water is so deep. You won't be able to survive. No. And he sits and he cries and cries. Really, he wasn't sad at all. He did it on purpose. He didn't want to be part of idol worship, because of course we know that we serve Hashem, and we know that Hashem is the master of the whole world. Hashem, there's only Hashem. And he sits there crying, and when he arrives by the king says, the king had already heard ahead of time of what happened. And the king gets very angry. And he says, you fool, you should not have taken the diamond out. Why did you do such a thing? Be lucky that I am not putting you, ending your life, that I'm not hurting you. I'll just give you a few pennies to go back home for your ship ride back home, and I don't ever want to see you again. And Rabbi Yitzchak pretended to cry, and he said, oh, I'm so sad, I lost so much money. But when he left, he thanked Hashem. And he said, thank you, Hashem, for saving my life. And thank you, Hashem, that I didn't have to be part of idol worship. And I didn't have to have any part of it. And he came home and he told his wife, Dina, and he said to her, Baruch Hashem, Hashem saved us, Baruch Hashem. We didn't have to sell the diamond. Even though I lost lots of money, I lost millions of dollars. I could have been the richest man alive, but I am the richest man because I am able to serve Hashem. And Nina too was so happy. When Hashem saw that Rabbi Yitzchak and his wife had such self-sacrifice for keeping Hashem's commandments and for not serving idols, Hashem blesses them children. If you remember at the beginning of the story I told you, they didn't have any children. And children, a year later, they were blessed with a son whom they named Shlomo. Darling, every time you're touching it, it's shaking. They named him Shlomo, children. And this Shlomo grows up to be Reb Shlomo Yitzchaki, or in short, it's called Rashi. Children, Rashi is he grew up to be the greatest Torah scholar. And Rashi, children, is the greatest commentator on the Torah. In fact, if you open a Chumash, whenever you look at the Chumash, you take in a Torah, you'll see there's the main writing over here. And then in small, there's writing over here in small. Children, this is what we call Rashi. Rashi, you can't really learn Torah and understand it properly without learning Rashi. So Rashi is one of, he wrote his commentary on the Torah and on the Talmud, and he's explained to us so much. Rashi is one of the greatest Torah leaders that the Jewish people ever had. I just want to end with one more point, showing from this week's Parshat, and then I'll end.
Girls, please, just
2 more seconds.
Be quiet, okay?
So children, I stopped in the middle of the Parshat to tell the story of Rashi's parents and the Mesirut Nefesh that he had. But children, this week's Parshat, as I told you, was the war where they killed Bilam, right? Remember, Bilam was very, very bad. But Bilam had initially been hired by the king of Moab and the kings of Midian. Now, oh, where's my king? I don't know the king. Never mind. I'll show you just on the map, kids. I'm going to show you the map of Israel. Oh, thank you. Well, it's another king. Okay, never mind. It's okay. It's a map of Israel. I've almost finished showing. I just want to show it to you. So if you look over here, here's like Egypt. And the Jewish people were supposed to go straight from Egypt up here. Remember, in the end, they cried and cried that they don't want to go to the land of Israel. They're giants there. So Hashem said, no problem. You'll travel in the desert for 40 years. So they traveled all through the desert and they came into Israel from this side. Children, down here was the country of Midian, children. Midian was completely out of their vicinity. Wasn't anywhere near the Jewish people. Yeah.
Sorry, girls, the talking in here is unacceptable.
Tiny,
If any girls talking or standing right now, you are getting $2 off. It's really sad because it's price work. It's 2 more minutes. You can do it.
2 more minutes, just because it's a very important Torah message which we should take out of this week's parasha. children, was the country out here. If you look at the red line, the Jewish people traveled where the red line was. They weren't coming anywhere near this vicinity. But Midian said, oh, we're going to fight against the Jewish people.
Why?
Oh, we don't like them. For no reason. Midian is from the word Madon Umeriva, to fight for no reason. Always fighting. Fighting for the sake of fighting. And that's what Midian represented. Children, in the land of Israel, were the 7 nations, each one had something not good about them. They were not good as far as different things, whatever it was. But Midian was not good, children, because Midian represented the concept of fighting and arguing and not getting along for no reason. It was the word Midian is from the word Madonu Meriva. And Hashem tells Moshe Rabbeinu, before you pass away, Nikom Nikmat Bnei Israel Mina Midianim. Go and make a war against Midian before you pass away. That you can't leave this world till you stop this concept of fighting for no reason. And Moshe Rabbeinu says we're going to Nikom Nikmat Havaya, Hashem's name, which is Yud Kei Vav Kei. He says, I'm going to gather 12,000 Jewish leaders and they're going to stop this concept of fighting for no reason. Children, today is Rosh Chodesh Menachem Av, right? It's Rosh Chodesh of the month of Av. The month of Av starts the first 9 days. We're going into the days of mourning. What are we mourning for? Who remembers, children? We're mourning, I have my picture. We're mourning the destruction of what? The destruction of the, the destruction of what? The Bet HaMikdash. Right? So, and the reason why the Bet HaMikdash was destroyed, anybody know why? Yes, there was what? Right, why did Hashem allow the Bet HaMikdash to get destroyed? What was the sin of the Jewish people? Yes. Right, not having Ahavas Yisrael. They fought for no reason. Now, children, as we enter the 9 days, we have to add in Ahavat Yisrael and in having love and caring for each other for no reason. And then Be'ezrat Hashem will build for us the Bet HaMikdash of the coming of Mashiach Tzidkeinu. Thank you for listening.
We thank you. We thank you. We thank you.
You're welcome, girls.
We appreciate Mrs. Hyborg. Mrs. Hyborg.
Thank you, girls. I don't know how this is.